You are welcome, guys, to my YouTube channel. Victoria here of Working Mates. Been busy with orders, clients' orders, but today I want to show you how you can make this wonderful poncho for a child, um, any child in this size between age 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on their body size. But you can just do this easy poncho, and I have cast on 50 to 51. I'm doing for age 4, so I've cast on 50 to 51 needles. We are first going to work on the rib, and then after work on the body. It's so very easy, so let's get into it. After casting on my needles one by one, I'll hang the comb and then knit a rib. I'm working in tension 5 for the rib. I'm going to knit 15 rows. Increase to tension 10, knit another 15 rows, making it a total of 30 rows. So, after this, you have to join your hem by picking up the stitches and feeding them into those ones which we are not working. For those of you that have tuned in for the first time, you are welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. Please say hello, and please come back again. Consider subscribing so that you keep notified whenever I upload a new video. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so very much for loving the Aboki Knits. Thank you, thank you. You can find me on Instagram at Aboki Knits. You can send me a text, DM me on my WhatsApp. You can send me a mail. It's in my description for that channel. I'll be glad to respond to you. So after that, to lock up your hem, I'll take back your row counter to 00 and then increase the tension to 6. Now we are going to knit straight up to 200 for the beginning to see the length, because yes, I hadn't taken the measurements of the kit, so we are first going to do straight up to 200 to see the length, and then I'll see whether to add on or to keep the 200. So knit to whichever length you have for the child, whether they are shorter or smaller, because this one is an equivalent to a 4-year, 5-year-old child. All right. So now this is the back panel, the back part, and I've reached row counter 200. I'm not shaping the neck for this part. I'm just going to cast off straight for the back. I'll only shape the front area of the neck. So here I'll just cast off straight using the latch hook. I knitted from 0 up to 200 for this particular size of the baby, of the child. So after knitting to your desired length, you can just go on and cast off straight without shaping the neck area, because this is the back part. So after working on this, I'm going to start on the front, and I will come back on when I'm showing you how to shape the neck area. All right. So I've reached at row counter 180, remaining with 20 rows to make it to 200. So at this point, I'm going to shape that neck area. First, what you need to do is to push your button, this holding button, to holding position. and then you get the needles right opposite your carriage into holding position. So after this, I'm going to knit one row, and then I'm going to cast off 15 needles, 15 to 20 needles. Two, in case you're viewing and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. It means so much to me. Yes, kindly subscribe. I'll be happy to have you on this community. You can share with your friends in the knitting groups. Leave for me comments in the comment section below. I always read your comments. I know you have requests, but with time I'm going to have to, I'll be able to upload those requests with time. Just get caught up with orders, but whenever I can, I'll always share a tutorial here with you guys. Thank you so much for loving a booking it. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I'll hang this on the 16th needle right there. So I've cast off 15 needles. Now I'm going to knit 2 rows, and after every 2 rows I transfer a stitch. 1, 2, 1, 2. So now for the first 5 needles I've cast off after 2 rows, which I'm going to continue doing this side. After 2 rows you transfer a stitch, up to row counter 200. Sorry, my thread is just so entangling itself. Then I'll just move this side, oops, and cast off, because this is 200, so I'm just going to cast off this. and then after work on the second part. So I finished casting off this side. Now I have to return my row count at 180 to help me with accounting. Then I'll pick this carriage, put it the other side, and then remove the holding button and put it back to normal. And I'll knit one row. So with this one row, I'm going to cast off the 15 needles. Like I did the other side, it's the same way I'm going to do this side. So these are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Then I hang it up on the 16th one. So after this, I'm just going to knit 2 rows and do a transfer up to row count at 200. And now I will cast this off. Now I have my front and back panels. Just like this. So I'm going to join one shoulder and work on the neck area, then join the other shoulder. So I'll just have to put back this shoulder, the front part, just from the neck area. I prefer this 3-1, so I'll just pick up my stitches right from point 0, because I'm going to join the front to the back. But if you don't join with the knitting machine and you always join your work with a sewing machine, you can just do the joining on your sewing machine on one shoulder. So after joining the shoulder, then we are going to work on the neck. We shape out, then we do the turtleneck, and then after we come and do, after we cover up the other, we join the second shoulder. So I always join my work from the knitting machine, and this is what I am doing. So you just pick up stitches, each and every stitch, pick it all up, and we are going to knit one row in tension 5, and then cast it off. So I'm going to cast it off and I show you after when I'm putting on the neck. So now we are going to mark where we shall be joining our front part. For the shoulder with the back part, just have to put a different color, or you can hang on your stitch marker. Whenever I use a stitch marker, it jumps out, so I don't want to risk my machine. Now I have this whole part, right from this shoulder to this part for the neck area. I'm going to put it all back to the machine, and then we shape the neck. Make sure that it is the wrong side facing you when you are working on the neck area. It should always be the wrong side. Whenever you join, otherwise you may join it on the top area, on the inside part. So just pick up your stitches and each one of them, feed them into the machine, sorry, into the needles. You don't have to fix that then, just pick up. I have a coffee shop. Please check out my coffee shop. I'll leave a link in the description below. I have a target of buying a camera equipment. If you would really be kind to support me, I'll be so very grateful to your donations, your support. You can check it out. Just any amount will do. You can either do monthly or one time off. I really do appreciate that. So you can check out my coffee shop. Doesn't have so much activity there, but I would really appreciate your support on the target that I have of buying a camera equipment, so that I'm able to share quality videos for you people. That's one of my targets, and I wanted to achieve it this year. I haven't made it yet, so your support is so much appreciated. So now I can remove the stitch marker because I'm not going to need it. Pull out your needles all into the working position. Then we are going to knit one row in tension 6. So after knitting that one row, you're going to pick up your transfer tool. I'm going to use this bigger one, and you create a 1 by 1 rib. You pick stitches, transfer to the next, so that we have 1 by 1. I'm using this tool because it's faster than using this small one, which picks up 1 by 1 and takes time. So I'm using this big one. It came in my chunky bulky knitting machine, so it's what I'm using. pick up, transfer to the next, so that you create a 1 by 1 rib. So after doing all the transfers, you push the needles that don't have work on to the resting position. Push your row counter to 0, 0, 0. Now we are going to work on the neck. Increase your tension to 7. Oh, it tends to be a little bit hard. Oops. Not my needles, please. Just increase the tension a bit. Oh, well, mine got stuck because I forgot to pull out all the needles. That's why it was a bit hard, but don't fight like I did. So after pushing these ones to the working position, to the hold resting position, make sure you push these ones which are with work into the holding position. Yes. So now we are going to knit up to 100 to shape the neck. 100 may be too long, I might do 80, so let me knit and see to whichever length that will work for me. Okay. I'm doing this in tension 7. The neck area I'm working with in tension 7. So I've done 100 and I think it's a little too small. So I might have to add on a few rows, 20 maybe. So 120 rows. Now after this we are going to pick up the stitches which we had transferred, and then we put them back into the resting needles, the needles which are in the resting position, and join up the hem. So go on ahead and pick up your stitches. If you can see that. Those ones which we had transferred and they created the 1 by 1. It's what I'm picking up and feeding them into the ones in the resting position. I actually created this neck with the green dress that I made, the turtleneck dress. It's the same way I've created this neck. So you can check out those tutorials. I'll leave the links in the description below so you can see how I made them. It's quite a similar way. So just go on, do that, and then join up the neck area. After this, I'm going to join the shoulder, and then I'll show you how we can work on the sides. Okay, let's meet them. So I finished doing the neck, you can see, and also the shoulder part. I just remain with joining it. Now on the sides, I've done this design already, the edges. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Also already done this one part. Now I'm going to show you how I did it. So what you will do is you pick up your stitches from this one side that is all flat, and pick each one of them. Make sure that for all the sides it is the same needle selection. So you have to, because you use the same measurements when you are pulling out the stitches, meaning it has to be the same, measurement. So when you are knitting 200 rows, so it has to be the same length. Even when you're adding these side ribs, these bands, sorry, it has to be the same length all through for the sides, the four sides, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can see this. So what you do is you pick up all your stitches and feed them into the needles, all of them, each one by one. And then after that, we are going to knit. After picking up all your stitches and feeding them into into all the needles that you've selected, you will use, here I used tension 7. So knit 15 rows in tension 7, and then you create that one row at the tension 10 for the fold. And then after you knit another row in other 15 rows, making it a total of 30 rows. And then after you join by picking up stitches, and you make up this rib. So this is basically what I'm doing, picking up stitches and putting them into the needles. Then after, I'm going to knit the 30 rows with a fold at the 15 mark, and then after, pick up, join, and cast off. All right. So now we are almost there. What is remaining is we are going to join up this neck, just going to join it up, and then you join this shoulder area. Just fix this button here. I'm basically using a blind stitch method. It's what I always use, joining up the neck area and also this shoulder, and then covering up these end gaps. Then after that, I'm going to show you how we can join up at least half of the poncho for the sleeves, for the arms to pass through. So go on ahead, join up your neck. It's what I'm going to start on. Join the neck area. Then after, work on the other side of the shoulder, and then on the lower part. So let's meet when we are done joining this, and I show you how we can also join the sides. The poncho is taking shape, as you can see. So what I've done is I've joined here this side. I'm going to show you how I did it. I just came and picked up stitches, these very stitches, this line, both ends, and I did halfway, like just fold this and work up to halfway. So that's what basically I did, just picking up stitches both sides and joining them together. And after you're done joining it, your poncho is ready and you are good to go. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Leave for me comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel. You can meet me on my socials, Instagram, Facebook. You can send me a WhatsApp. I'll be ready to chat with you. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.